Let's do it.
Hey,
Maggie Rogers.
we're doing Maggie Rogers. That's the opening.
38 episodes,
That's it.
y'all.
Send the tweet.
Send tweet.
38 episodes.
38 episodes.
So we were talking about Maggie Rogers this week. That's it. All right, come back next time. No, I'm just kidding. We should cut all that out. That was not good.
Okay.
Hi.
Hey, y'all.
Welcome
Howdy, y'all.
to my kitchen. We have Maggie Rogers this week. Should that be the intro?
Can be if you'd like it to.
All right, we're in.
All right, 38 episodes, y'all.
38 episodes.
Welcome
and
back.
This week, I feel like are my headphones weird or am I congested? Ow, fuck. Probably both. Now I'm deaf because I just smacked my headphones on my ears. But so, yeah,
Maggie. She's
Maggie.
24 years old.
Well, do you ever like find out that somebody who's really doing a lot is like pretty much your age, and you're like,
same age as Evan.
Evan, get your shit together.
She's like
No,
a
I'm just
couple
kidding.
months older.
Evan
than
has his shit together.
Evan has his shit together. Yeah.
Um.
She's from Maryland. She started playing the harp at age 7. And then she added piano, guitar, and songwriting to her repertoire in middle school.
Wow.
She attended a Berklee music program in high school and won a songwriting contest. Like, as a youngin', won a songwriting contest at Berklee. And she recorded her first album, Echo, in 2016 in a broom closet turned recording studio.
Recording school?
Yeah.
That's
I
okay.
clearly wrote this at like 2 a.m.
You'll be all right.
Recording studio during her senior year of high school. And then she rose to fame after her song Alaska was played to Pharrell Williams during a masterclass at New York University.
Nice.
And there's a video of him listening to her song that went viral. And he like is visibly pleased by what he's hearing. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
She has around 4.6 million monthly listeners, and around 325,000 followers on Spotify.
That's a weird ratio. I feel
Well,
like.
I think the reason that her monthly listeners is so high right now is because she was just on stage with Florence in, I think, London last week, or earlier this week maybe. So, like, obviously all the Florence stands
Yeah.
flocked her way.
Yeah. Oh.
And her album just came out in January.
Yeah.
This album, Heard It in a Past Life, came out January 18th, 2019. It's her first studio album, but it's her third full-length album, preceded by The Echo and Blood Ballet.
Nice.
So, or Blood Ballet? No, it's definitely
It's
ballet.
ballet. For sure, it's ballet. Is it ballot? Blood ballot. That's OT. LLOT is ballot.
Who are you voting for?
I'm voting for myself, bitch. I'm not wearing any shoes right now.
Okay.
Here's my dirty sock.
Gross.
I've been running around on the studio floor like a nasty little shit. And it's dirty in here.
Nasty.
I saw that you all see the bottom of my foot, and how dirty my sock is. You can send me $50 if you wanna.
I asked Evan last week, I said, how would you feel if I started selling feet pics? And he was like, well...
Girls gotta make money somehow.
He just goes, well... Like, he was just baffled by me asking. He was like, it would have to be anonymous. And I'm like, well, what if I made more money if it wasn't? He goes, you can't do that. It has to be anonymous. I was like, But Chris and I, did you see Chris's tweet? He was like, we were talking about it it was either this Monday or last Monday, talking about selling feet pics, because there's a viral video going around of this girl who's like, how to make money selling feet pics. It's like a 20-minute video on YouTube, and she like goes through everything. And Chris goes, I wish men were discriminated against so I could make money on selling feet pics.
I did see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He quoted that in a tweet and then tagged me,
It looked
making
like
it
you
seem
said
like
it.
I said it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't say it.
Yeah.
He said it to me.
Yeah. Well, nobody would want my feet pics because my feet are clothed in the dirtiest socks.
I have
So.
finger toes, so.
My second toe on my right foot is substantially longer than my second toe on my left foot. It almost looks like it has a whole extra knuckle. It doesn't. It's just long.
My pinky toes are problematic.
Hashtag problematic pinky toes. PPT. PowerPoint.
Good Lord.
I broke my pinky toe once.
Good.
I jumped over, you know those like traffic cones, but they're like long cylinders and they go like this.
Mm-hmm.
I jumped over one. I was like in 6th grade and I was like, "Hey friends, you dare me to jump over this?" And they were like, "No." And I was like, "Okay." And then I jumped over it and I like smashed my pinky toe into little pieces and now it has like a little nub on it on the side, but
Good.
it's all right. Anyway, that was not necessary.
Yeah. What's your favorite?
I like Light On.
Okay.
That song was really bopping. I was listening to it. I don't remember where I was, but I was listening to it yesterday, and I was like, okay. The only song that I knew of her previously, like I've heard of her obviously like a million times. The only song I had ever really listened to was the Color song. Do you know which one I'm talking about? It's like, I think that, yeah. It's like it's off here, the Color song. Yeah.
Now That the Light is Fading. That
Yeah.
was her. She does have an EP. Now That the Light is Fading.
That was the
came out in
only song I had
2017.
heard by her. And so, with that being my only reference, this album, I was like, have you ever heard that song?
I don't know. Probably.
It's
but-
like really, you can like play a second of it, but it's like really slow, like just kind of like nature sounds, like.
Yeah,
This was my like only reference to her, and I had never dug any deeper than that. So then this album's like super poppy and all, and I was like, oh, I thought like that was her style.
Mm-hmm.
I was mistaken, but
Yeah.
that's my own fault because I didn't go any deeper.
That's okay.
But-
Mine is Back in My Body because it feels the most natural to me because I feel like her voice and the way that she sings should be like Color Song and like Back in My Body. That's like more folky than this pop that she has.
Yeah.
Which, not that I dislike anything on this album. I like it all.
Yeah.
I just think that typically she would go in a, like, people with her voice go in a more folk,
Direction.
like, bluegrass kind of direction.
I agree. Like I think her voice is really good, and I think that her album is really good, but it isn't. There is a tiny disconnect because I'm like, oh, this just. I like it. I like the disconnect, and I like what it does. It doesn't like spark anything bad in my brain, but it's just like, oh, this just isn't the. I would never have probably connected these two things. I don't know, because it's like the music is super poppy and like her voice is super like.
I wrote, her
like-
folksy voice with the pop production makes for an interesting sound. The only issue that I have with this album, and it might not even be with this album, it might just be with the music in general, is that it feels overproduced. Like, there's a lot of songs where I'm like, it didn't need to be this much.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like it can be pop, but it should be simplified.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that
Focus more on like what, like, play to your strengths more. You have a good, like, there's a really good voice and some really good stuff there. It's like, and that's gonna carry you. You don't have to worry about anything.
and a lot of the reviews that I read, pretty much everyone agreed it feels overproduced. Which, it is her first studio album, so it makes sense. Like, she had more liberties and she had more resources to make something more produced. But I think it just, like,
barely tipped.
it just crossed
Over.
the line between well-produced and overproduced. So, like, but just barely. I think it's great.
It's still really good.
Um,
It's still really good.
yeah. I think, I mean, obviously, her strong suit is songwriting. Her lyrics are incredible. And you can, like, even though it is pop, you can feel it.
Yeah.
And I think you could compare it to, like, Carly Rae Jepsen.
Yeah.
Minus Call Me Maybe. Like, everything Carly Rae Jepsen does minus Call Me Maybe,
Yeah.
you can feel.
Sorry, I'm just like,
That's okay.
ripping my eye to shreds right
Last
now.
night I asked somebody, I said, do you ever just feel like you want to like scoop your eyeball out of your head? And they were like, no. And I was
Yes.
like, cool.
I like how, like, we say that kind of shit to people, and then they're like, are you alright? What did I say yesterday? Oh, I was in my acting class, and I had on this, like, my Strokes t-shirt, and somebody was like, oh, I thought that said something else. I said, no, it says I'm having a stroke. And they were like, and I was like, I'm always having a stroke. And they're like, well, you'd be, like, really damaged then. And I said, oh, I already have enough, so much damage, it doesn't matter. And they just kind of looked at me. And I'm like, yep.
Sometimes my brain moves way faster than my mouth.
Yeah.
And I'll like, blah, 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 on accident. And I'll go, whoa, sorry, I just had a stroke. And people are like,
Yeah.
what? And I'm like, oh, sorry.
I forget that sometimes I say things that are probably concerning to normal people.
Yeah. Yeah.
That, like, I say to, like, you and, like, Luke and my roommates, and they're like, oh, you're an idiot. But then, like
Like the other day, we were like, is this senioritis or are we just like super depressed?
yeah, it's definitely the latter.
Yeah. It's definitely.
But,
yeah.
I'll say shit, and I'll be like, whoops. And then you're like, you know that laugh you do? You're like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because like it hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm fine.
Well, it's like when we were at the pint with Chris and Jake was like, I don't know what girls have when they get older, but y'all definitely had cooties in middle school. And I was like, depression. And you and I high-fived about it. I told Evan, and he goes, y'all are super fucked up. Like,
Yeah.
well, people make jokes about, like, self-deprecating jokes all the time, but you get high fives for them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
I do.
Well, literally earlier today, we're not talking about the album at all. Sorry, guys, but we're used to it. Earlier today, I just looked at Taylor and I was like, I have a lot of past traumas that make me weird about some stuff. And she's like,
Yeah. I just, like, accepted it
Yeah.
at this point.
yeah, that's just how it is.
Lord.
And now I'm like looking at the camera like doing the laugh.
People at home
It's fine.
either have turned us off or they agree.
Yeah,
One or the other.
it's fine. I don't.
Um,
You got to do something.
yeah.
You got to joke about it, or else cry about it.
Yeah.
Those are your options. Anyway.
It's like the love to hate spectrum. Laugh about it, cry about it.
There's no
Like,
in between.
you either love or hate. You either laugh or cry.
Yeah, the in between is just like, what the fuck?
Yep.
Ding dong. Ding dong, it's depression. It's like the Trixie Mattel thing when he's like, I thought it was allergies, so I went to the doctor, and there it was, depression. Anyway, so,
Lord. All right.
Christ.
Back to the album. I think that she sounds a lot like Florence and the Machine.
Fluorescent machine.
Fluorescent Machines.
That's pretty good. Fluorescent machines. We sing Florence and the Machine songs, but like a little bit worse.
Like if you were a Florence and the Machine cover band.
Tribute. Like Greta Van Fleet. But like, you know, I'm not going to admit that I'm stealing stuff.
Mm-hmm. We'll just use her same lyrics and the same music,
Mm-hmm.
but we'll say that it's not the same.
Yeah. No, they're just... I had never heard of Led Zeppelin until yesterday. Anyway, this is if you want to know our opinions on Greta Van Fleet, we did that already. Why did I say it like that?
I don't
Continue.
know, but she sounds like Florence on Falling Water.
Yeah.
And that's cool. It's the 9th track on the album. Alaska was the first single that she put out ever. Like ever.
Oh, and then she brought it back? Now that's what I call
She
Music
remastered it.
61.
I hate you so much.
Why is that
She
there?
put it out as a single
There's hella.
a long time ago. It's not on Spotify before 2017, but it doesn't look like Echo's on here either.
Was she on? Now that's what I call music?
I'm done with you. I'm not even gonna answer that. But it was on her EP, Alaska, along with
Yeah.
On and Off,
Yeah.
which is on.
And did she
Heard It in
like
Past
she
Life.
just like redid and
She remastered it.
Yeah.
She remastered both of them for Heard It in Past Life. Yep.
Yeah. I did thoroughly enjoy this album, and I was obviously presently surprised. It's like it opens with Give a Little, and it like there wasn't like music, and it was just like this kind of like it was like weirdly dissonant. I was into it. I actually like usually like I like dissonant moments, but like to do something kind of entirely in that way, I'm like, that's enough. But I was actually really into that, and like it's funky. She does some funky stuff. Yeah. We are so intelligent.
Good at describing things.
She
I
does
always want to hit
funky.
this little thumbs up, but you can't.
Why?
Because that's not what it's for. It's not for pressing, it's for showing.
Oh, not for pressing.
This isn't pressing. Yeah, that's I have said everything that I wrote.
We have a lot. Listen, I'm sorry we don't have much to say. There is a lot of things happening to us.
I shattered my phone last night.
Mm-hmm.
It's completely broken.
Good, yeah.
But I did get this cool T-shirt at
Oh
the
yeah,
concert.
should we talk? We saw Young the Giant last night.
Woody woo.
Taylor met Young the Giant last night.
I got to hug 3 of them.
Yeah, they were so good.
They were really
They were
good.
so good.
He
And
was like, it was almost theatrical.
Yeah.
The performance was, and I thought that was really. I love when artists, you can tell that each member on the stage is feeling what they're playing, and the lead singer puts on a performance. They're not just singing. They're not just playing their music. They're performing, and I think that's really important in a concert.
Yeah. Well, and it's so hard to like. I mean, I know from my own personal experience, obviously I am not a professional musician, but I have been slapped on a stage with only a microphone, and it's like, what do I do with my body? And like, being able to have only a microphone and just have your body to entertain, like, that takes, one, a lot of courage. You have to just be super, just comfortable in yourself, and like, it's hard. It's hard to, I mean, he like played the instruments a little bit, but like.
He played the guitar, he played the cowbell.
Hell yeah.
That cowbell dance.
He did a
Ooh,
cowbell.
buddy.
Man, it was so good.
It was really good.
Yeah. And like, so I think I said
was
it.
listening to Cough Syrup this morning.
Nice. Did she go?
I think she was there,
Nice.
but I'm unsure.
Yeah, like, well, I think I said it last time, but that was Luke and I's first concert together. Somehow we've been together this long and have never gone to a concert together. But he was so cute. He was jumping up and down, and he like came out for like their like encore, and they started playing Superposition, and he goes, I was like, it was so cute.
That's Evan at John concerts. He's like, I can't wait for the summer when we're at White River, because Evan will have room to bounce about. But
yeah,
every song he was like, I know this one. Like, Evan, you know.
Yeah, you know all of them. That was me at Walk the Moon, when I kept every song, me and Megan would turn to each other, shake each other, scream the title at the top of our lungs, and then just like.
That was Josie and I at Paramore. We were like, what's next? As I have this set list from the first, like the nights before, and I'm like, what's next?
Yeah.
No way. Misery Business says it's next.
Oh my
and you're
God.
playing it? No
This
way.
is for real? Yeah, it was good.
Do you look up set lists before you go to concerts?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We were,
Not always, but-
SEC is pretty much like 50-50.
Really?
Like, some people don't, some people do. I only did for Paramore because I wanted to know if they were going to play my favorite songs off the album, which I like to be surprised at concerts and be like, what? They're playing this song?
Yeah.
Like, you have this song that you play and you're playing it right now? I'm blown away. But
I don't do it for every concert I go to. Like, I'm trying to think. I don't think that I did it for Walk the Moon. No, actually, I might have, because they had just released well, not just released, but like kind of released their new album, and like, I was like, I want to hear everything on this album. But they did. I mean, obviously, I know every song by them, but like, I don't remember if I think I might have looked it up, but I was still like, they always walk out to the Lion King, like Circle of Life, and then they just started playing One Foot, and I was like,
One foot in front of the other. That song?
Mm-hmm. I told you about my boots being wet for 2 days because I was so sweaty because I was thrashing about. It was really something. Anyway.
Yeah, John, did you see that John announced that Lawrence and Mark Massey are coming on tour with them.
Mm-hmm. I did.
Stoked. I'm so
Do you also
stoked.
want to maybe talk about how you met Donna Missile?
I met Donna Missile, guys.
Sorry, we're not talking about Maggie, but so much has happened to us in like the past week.
I've had such a musical experience this week. I met Donna on Saturday, and then I met Young the Giant this week, and I high-fived the bass guitarist of Sure Sure by his bus last night as we were all leaving.
Nice.
So it was pretty cool.
Did you see that Hazel? They like asked Hazel to send them the video she took.
Mm-mm.
She like posted a video of Sure Sure on her Instagram, and they like commented, they're like, "Oh my god, this is so cool! Send it to us." It was when everybody was going like this.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Very cool.
yeah. That's all. Should we stop because we're not even talking about the album?
Yeah,
But maybe we should say a few more things about it because I feel bad. It was very good. I liked it. I'm sorry that I didn't put more thought into it because I have so many things to do this week and I haven't done any of them. So
I think that this podcast will get back to what it used to be once we're done with school.
yeah, should we like say something? We're gonna continue this,
Yeah, we're gonna separate ourselves from Boiler TV and continue this independently.
but
But there won't be a video portion because we will not be living in the same place.
right.
But what I think we're gonna do is continue to have a YouTube video for people that like to have it play on their TV.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know Evan would rather, like people like Evan would rather have something on their television and then their laptop in their lap doing something and
Right.
just listening rather than his phone playing it
Right.
and his computer in front of him.
So we're gonna do it like I don't know if you remember the Greta Van Fleet episode. The video did not record, so we just did like our logo and then like put images of
Whenever we
important
talk
images.
about something, reference images.
We're gonna do that so we can keep the YouTube component.
Yeah.
But yeah, after we graduate, we will continue the podcast, but there will no longer be us sitting here
Yeah.
like this. We'll have to retire the purple gingham.
Aw.
Sad, but
Sad.
yeah,
But I think that, like, even though we'll be busy with jobs and a life, I think it'll be easier for us to time manage,
oh yeah,
like, research and stuff, like we did over the summer.
yeah,
So,
yeah. I mean, we both pretty much worked full time
Yeah.
over the summer
Yeah.
and still did it. I feel like I had more time over the summer to do it than I do now.
oh, I
almost.
did. Absolutely, I did.
And I was taking 9 credits and working 2 jobs. Working 4 jobs really, but
Yeah. I mean, how many weeks do we come in here and we're like, neither of us did the document, but we
Yeah.
listen to the album, and I guess that's what matters. But I think having the document as a guideline helps conversation flow better. So
yeah. Well, and like sometimes we don't talk about it very much, which sorry, but sometimes it's just like all I have to say about it is yes, this is good. Go listen to it.
yeah, and I almost like it better when I don't like the album that we're listening to, but
Because you have more things to say. Well, it's like
we keep picking albums that we want to hear.
right. It's like sometimes I'll hear an album. I'm like, that was really good. I really enjoyed it. Nothing really hit me. You know?
Yeah.
Like nothing was like, boom. Oh my God, I can't wait to talk about this. It was just like, it was good. I enjoyed it. This is what I
That's all.
liked about it.
Yeah.
You know?
But next week, we're talking about While We Wait by Kalani.
That dropped today, right?
Dropped today. She's expecting
Un bebé.
a baby.
Baby.
The fact that she's fucking like 8 months pregnant and just released an album is insane. But yeah, she's cool. She's real cool. So
Yeah.
get excited. For
One more thing about
that.
Maggie Rogers' album. I love her album cover. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Nice and grainy. Anyway,
She has
that's
a
all.
nice, powerful presence. So
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, Anchor. Follow our Friday Faves playlist.
Mm-hmm. That we
Do
keep
we want to
shitting
just add our favorites and not
I
other
think
songs?
we should. Because there's like 300 songs on there and that's just too
There's
many.
quite a lot.
Should we we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
We'll talk about what to do.
350 songs. So.
Yeah, that's so many. But yeah, Music One to Cast. You can find all this shit anywhere. Purple logo, you know the drill.
Yeah.
It's a circle. It's right here in the corner, I think. Where's my hand?
Yeah, right there.
There it be. Yeah.
That's all.
That's it.
Bye.
Sorry that we're a piece of shit. Come back next week for more pieces of shit.
Have a
Bye-bye.
musical Monday.